All right, 7th grade, Chapter 11-2, Experimental Probability. Now, here's the problem of the day, and on we go. Learn to find the experimental probability. So experimental probability, only one vocab today. But there's a lot to read. The experimental probability is one way of estimating the probability of an event. The experimental probability of an event is found by comparing the number of times an event occurs to the total number of trials. The more trials you have, the more accurate your estimate is likely to be. Total number of trials, so total number of times the event occurs, this is the desired, or what you want to happen. Like we did yesterday, rolling a dice. 6 different outcomes, that's the total number of outcomes. I want a 5. There's only one desired, so there's a 1 in 6 chance of getting a 5. Desired over total is the best way I can tell you to think about this. During skating practice, Sasha landed 7 out of 12 jumps. What is the experimental probability that she will land her next jump? First of all, how many jumps were there? There were a total of 12 jumps. Total goes on the bottom. How many did she land? That's what we want to do. 7 of them. So her chance of landing the next one is 7 out of 12. Total number of trials. Number of times an event occurred. 12 trials. 7 landed. So we have 7 over 12. That's the probability. P event represents the probability that an event will occur. For example, the probability of a flipped coin landing heads up could be written as, what's the probability of heads happening in this situation? Well, probability of heads happening, you could either have heads or tails. There's 2 outcomes. One of them is what we want, which is heads. That desired outcome, 1 out of 2, is the probability. During basketball practice, Martha made 9 out of 10 free throws. What is the experimental probability she will make her next attempt? What was the total number of shots? Total number of shots was 10. How many did she make? 9. So her chance of making the next one, we would say she has a 9 out of 10 chance because that's her experimental probability. Total under the desired. So desired over total is how we figure these out. Total number of trials, number of times the event occurred, or what we want. All right, 90% chance, or 9/10, or 0.9. All of them are fine. Students have checked out 55 books from the library. Of these, 32 books are fiction. What is the experimental probability that the next book checked out will be fiction? 55 total. Total go on top or bottom? Hopefully we know by now it goes on bottom. 32 were fiction. 32 out of 50. I don't see any reducing that can be done. That's going to be your experimental probability. And there we go. 32 out of 50, or you can change it into a percent. What is the experimental probability that the next book checked out will be nonfiction? So there were 55 choices. 32 of them were fiction, so that means 23 were nonfiction, okay? And they're going to show you, blue dots, they're going to show you fiction, and the other part has to be nonfiction then. We do our subtraction. Oh, 23. Setting up that problem because fiction is 32 out of that, so we know the other one has to be what will be the other half and add up and make 1, or the other part, not half. We do that and we get our item. Students have a fruit choice for lunch of an apple or a pear. So far, 18 of 47 students have selected pears. 47 total students. 18 of them chose pears. What is the probability that the next fruit will be a pear? 18 out of 47. Because 18 is the desired, 47 is the total. 18 out of 47. What is the experimental probability the next fruit selected will be an apple? Well, if 18 out of 47 were pears, we know they have to add to equal 1. This other one better be, well, 47 is going to be on the bottom. I'm thinking 29. Because 18 plus 29 makes 47 over 47. And that's a fancy 1. They're going to show you here. Because remember, if it's not a pear, it has to be an apple. 18 out of 47 is there. This other part is apples, so we have to do our subtraction so we get that variable all by itself. We do that subtraction, and 29 out of 47. This one, not too hard. Tomorrow we start in with the ones that are a little more fun in my mind.